Hey guys, FATPREACHERMAN here. I got a really cool and slightly confusing question, and I love these because it kind of reminds me of math in high school and reminds me of a riddle I heard. But here it goes. Question was, if you have your PS3 and the old HD, and you get a new HD, and you want to get all the information off of this onto here, but you don't have your own spare PS3, can you use your friends and some intermix of that to help you get this information onto here? And I believe the answer is yes, with maybe one slight problem. Let's go through the idea. First, what you need to do is take your friend's PS3, take his HD, and carefully put it to the side. Leave it off to the side. Now, then what you're going to need is a spare HD. This spare HD will act as kind of a surrogate, and you put that into your friends, and it's got to be big enough to hold all the HD information, all your game saves, music, movies. This is for a full transfer, system transfer. So you put that in your friend's HD, then you hook them up via Ethernet cables and do the system transfer. So now your system has transferred all this information to the spare HD, which is in your friends. Now you take your old HD out, put it aside, put your new HD in your system, and take your friend's PS3 and reverse it. System transfer back to your system with the new HD in it, and you will be good to go. Again, now this process, I'm making it sound nice and short and simple, but depending upon the size of your memory, how many gigabytes you got, how much information is on there, is going to take longer. So if you can, if there's any information you can delete that you can re-download from the PlayStation Store, or CDs you still have that you don't mind, demos that you're not going to play, anything to make this process go faster, delete that stuff first off. It'll help you out, trust me. Then, after you've done that, after you got the last transfer done, then this is where it gets tricky, because I'm not sure, I've never had to do this, but I'm actually getting another PS3 and switching it out, so I'm going to try it, and then I'll put a follow-up on this. But then if you put your friend's HD, original HD, back into his PS3, what I'm hoping is, I wouldn't try it unless he's willing to risk it, that his HD will still be compatible. Now, it will definitely still work, but my fear is that it might ask for a format, which would then lose all his information, which would then not make you friends anymore. No more friends. Especially if he's has, as much information as you're trying to say that he wanted to save. Now, if he just got the system, that's no big deal, because when he formats it, he won't really be losing anything. But if he's had the system for years, or even months, and he's got enough game saves or stuff on there, and you have to format it, that will be tragic. So again, I do think this is a possibility, but again, the missing component that my friend, the commenter, put on this video, that put up, was the spare HD, and you can pick those up. You can, as long as it's big enough to hold the information you got. All you need is an extra 5 gigs. So if you have 120 gigs of information to transfer, don't get a 120 gig HD. You're going to need one bigger, because the PS3 puts its own information on there too. For example, if you go onto your PS3 and you go under system information and go down to your PS3 system and you look it up, even if you have nothing on there, some of your HD, your hard drive, is going to be eaten up. And that's just from stuff that your PS3 puts on there, part of the encoding, basic information about the system, operating systems that it uploads, things like that. So I hope that answers the question, and like I said, I'm going to post a follow-up to this, and I hope that it helps. Jesus bless you and good gaming.